tune we just played is called Get On With the Program. It's a straight-ahead medium swing piece. And let me demonstrate for you. This is the beat that I used. This is playing with the bass drum on all 4 beats of the bar. Now, I'm going to play the same rhythm, only this time, instead of 4 beats in the bar for the bass drum, I'm just going to make syncopated figures. And this is what we used to call dropping bombs. Notice the motion of my right hand, playing rolling triplet feel. Let me slow that down so you can see exactly what I was doing. Notice the hi-hat on 2 and 4 and the different figures played with the left hand. I'll give you a 4-beat count off and we'll play the same thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you're playing in a swing band and you got the basic fundamentals of the right hand and the right bass drum, you have to be very cautious with the left hand because that's what we call comping or syncopated figures. And you have to listen for the other members of the rhythm section because if the piano player and the guitar player and the bass player comp too much, then you're going to have some problems. So be very careful. It's a listening process. Here's a bossa nova written by Remo and myself. It's titled Down in Rio Land. play that beat for you again, the bossa nova beat. Notice the right hand with an eighth note feel, and when I go to the cymbal, notice the hi-hat is on 2 and 4. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to play the same thing, only this time a little slower. Once you feel comfortable with this basic pattern, you can move the right hand to the tom-tom and bell accents. I'm going to use a new idea here. It's called the brush stick, and the composition is the street beat. On this samba tune, which is titled The Street Beat, I used exactly the same bass drum beat, which is a dotted 8th, 16th loping feel. Notice the broken figure between the right hand and the left hand, while the hi-hat is on 2 and 4. Another pattern is using the right hand, just playing the regular jazz beat with the right hand, and still keeping the same steady rhythm with the bass drum, just like this. Now let me slow that down for you. Notice the hi-hat on 2 and 4 when the hands can be experimenting with different syncopated figures. Here's a blues composition titled Gut Bucket Buckley. Jazz Blues Shuffle. There are many ways of playing this beat. I like this one, where I play with the right hand, the regular rolling triplet feel on the right hand on the cymbal, and the left hand is nothing but a series of dotted 8s and 16s. Or you can play just straight quarter notes with the right hand, and on the hi-hat 2 and 4, and quarter notes with the bass drum, just like this. Or you can play the same thing by playing 2 and 4 on the bell of the cymbal. Another pattern is to use just the second and third beats of a triplet. Eliminate the first beat like this. Remember, the right hand is playing a dotted 8th tied to a 16th. The left hand is playing the second and third beats of the triplet, and the bass drum is on all 4 beats of the bar. You can bring the right hand down to the snare on 2 and 4 for a very interesting accented pattern, like this. Here's a contemporary piece titled Clear Traffic. The important thing about playing tunes like Clear Traffic, contemporary beats, is the backbeat is very important on 2 and 4. I played a basic beat, 8-note pattern on the hi-hat with the backbeat with the left hand, and notice that I used the match grip with the left hand to really get a zonk sound rim shot, which is a lot different than playing conventional grip and trying to get that same kind of rim shot. This way you get more of a high-pitched rim shot. This way you get more of a gutty sound. With the bass drum, I just kept it playing by playing a little syncopated figure like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So putting all these rhythms together, here's what it is with the right hand, left hand, and the right bass drum, and of course the left foot on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I can actually supplement the right-hand beat by using 16th notes if I want. It would sound this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I did on Clear Traffic also, if you'll notice, on the middle or the release, I used the afterbeat on the bell of the cymbal, so that if the tempo is 1, 2, 3, 4, all afterbeats with the right hand. So putting everything together on that release, it sounds this way, coming from here. That's the patterns I played on Clear Traffic. When I think of soft shoe, I think of Joe Jones. Here we go, little soft shoe. The important thing about brushes, let me give you one of the basic fundamentals. The regular beat that I played when the guitar was playing a solo, or when the piano was playing a solo, or the bass was playing a solo, I kept the regular jazz beat with the right hand, and I made not a circular motion, but almost like a right to left on the snare drum. I make a pattern on my snare drum. It's sort of like a clock. And my motion goes from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, back and forth. Usually on 2 and 4, the pattern is at 3 o'clock. So in other words, if the tempo is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice that on the 9 o'clock side, it's on 1 and 3, and on the 3 o'clock side, it's on 2 and 4. You get this kind of a sound. Now, let's do the very same thing, only much slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice the emphasis is on 2 and 4. You probably noticed that I was going counterclockwise, and when I reached 12 o'clock, I had a little snap. And the brush actually leaves the head a little bit and snaps right at 12 o'clock, so I get this kind of a sound. And with the left hand, I was doing this. So when you get this kind of a sound and this kind of a sound, here's what can happen when you play some solos at that tempo. Experiment with the brushes to get a variety of sounds from your drums and cymbals. We're going to play a composition now titled, "And Now, Ladies and Gentlemen." The melody and now, ladies and gentlemen, sounds like this. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-dee-dum. Well, first of all, let me give you the tempo so you'll be with me. The tempo is right about in here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-dee-dum, ba-dee-dum, ba-dee-dum, ba-ba-da-da-da-da, ba-do-da-do-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-ba-da-dum. Now, what I did, I'm going to play and show you what I did to that melody. Here's what I did. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. When it came time for me to play a solo, I based my solo on that particular tune because I know the changes to the tune, I know how many bars there is to a chorus, so I sort of like sing the melody along to what I'm playing rhythmically. Now that tempo was something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I played in 2-bar patterns, 4-bar patterns, 8-bar patterns, but there, again, I played according to what the tune was, the song. So here we go. Some of the other technical things that I want to get into is working with the double bass drum. I guess I have the credentials of being the first guy to start the double bass drum idea, but it's also very important to know that a lot of the tunes that I played, some of those seven tunes that we played a little while ago, some of the tunes I hardly played that left bass drum at all during the ensemble because it just didn't call for it. There are other tunes when I'm constantly using this other bass drum because that particular melody and that particular rhythm calls for me using this kind of force at the bottom, using the double bass drums. I think one of the most important exercises, again, getting basic, is to just learn how to play right, left, which is a single roll. You'll do this in various speeds, starting out quarter note equals 60 on a metronome, and gradually get into like this speed. Strive for evenness and building up, especially that left foot. Now, once we've accomplished the right, left, then we will move on to what we call the long roll, which would be like two rights and two lefts. And you'll practice in various tempos and build it up to a certain speed. Then we'll get into some of the rhythms, like a paradiddle. The inversion, what we call the reverse paradiddle. The inward paradiddle. Always make sure that you relax all the time and make sure that the left bass drum beats are as strong as the right bass drum beats. Then we will start to coordinate the use of the right and left hands along with the two bass drums so that you'll actually go back to the primary beat, which is right, left, and then we will insert rhythms with the right and left hands. So we'll do this. Once we've got those patterns and work them out slow first, then you can start repeating what you would do with the hands. You do the same thing with the feet. In other words, this way.